It's 8:47 in the morning. You grab your keys. You say something. Maybe their name, maybe nothing at all. The door closes behind you, and your dog is left standing in a house that just went completely silent. Most people assume their dog shakes it off within a few minutes, settles onto the couch, falls asleep, waits. The way a dog waits is uncomplicated, patient, fine. But neuroscience has been quietly studying what actually happens in those first minutes after the door closes. And what researchers are finding doesn't look like waiting at all. Let's start with what your dog already knows before you leave. Dogs have no concept of clock time the way humans do. They can't read the hands on a wall. They don't know if you'll be gone for 20 minutes or 8 hours. But they know something is coming long before you reach for the door. A 2011 study out of the University of Vienna monitored the behavior of 19 dogs in the minutes before their owners left. Not during the absence. Before. Researchers found measurable behavioral changes. Restlessness, proximity seeking, repeated visual checking, beginning up to 4 minutes before departure. The dogs weren't reacting to the door opening. They were reacting to a sequence. Your shoes, your keys, the specific order of things you do without thinking every single morning. Your dog has memorized your departure routine down to the gesture. They know what it means before you finish performing it. And here's what that knowledge costs them. When separation begins, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis activates. That's the system responsible for your stress response. And your dog's. Cortisol begins rising. In a 2003 study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, researchers measured salivary cortisol in dogs at the moment of owner departure and at intervals throughout the absence. Cortisol peaked within the first 15 to 30 minutes. Not at hour 3, not at hour 6, in the first half hour. That window, the one right after the door closes, is when your dog's stress response is most acute. And what happens in that window depends almost entirely on one thing: the attachment pattern your dog formed with you. Researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest have spent years mapping canine attachment using the same framework developmental psychologists use to study infants. Ainsworth's strange situation. A protocol designed to measure how a dependent creature responds to separation from their primary attachment figure. What they found is that dogs don't just miss their owners in a general ambient way. They miss you specifically. A stranger in the room doesn't regulate them. Another dog doesn't fully substitute. The cortisol data and the behavioral data both point to the same conclusion. You are the secure base. When you're gone, the base is gone. Securely attached dogs roughly is 61%, and most studies show a predictable arc of acute distress in the first 30 minutes. Then a gradual behavioral settling, not because they've stopped missing you, but because secure attachment includes something called object permanence, the implicit knowledge, built through repeated experience, that the person who leaves also comes back. But here's the part that changes everything. It's not just psychological, it's olfactory. Your dog's nose contains roughly 300 million olfactory receptors. Yours contains about 6 million. The part of their brain dedicated to analyzing scent is, proportionally, 40 times larger than yours. When you leave, you don't fully leave. Your scent remains. On the couch, on your clothes, in the air of every room you moved through that morning. A 2021 study published in the journal PLOS One used fMRI imaging on 15 awake, unrestrained dogs to measure brain activation in response to different scents. The owner's scent activated the caudate nucleus, the brain's reward and anticipation center, more than any other stimulus tested. More than the scent of familiar dogs, more than food. Your smell is neurologically registered as a reward signal. It predicts you, which means that in your absence, your scent isn't just a comfort. It's actively generating anticipation. Your dog isn't simply waiting. They are, at a neurochemical level, expecting you continuously. And then you come back. The reunion moment has been studied more than almost any other event in the dog-human relationship. A 2014 study out of Sweden measured oxytocin and cortisol in dogs immediately before, during, and after owner reunion. What they found was a sharp oxytocin spike, the bonding neurochemical, triggered by the specific combination of your voice, your scent, and physical contact arriving together. Not just your voice, not just your scent, the combination. And cortisol dropped, not slowly, rapidly. The stress response that had been running since the moment the door closed began shutting down within minutes of your return. There's a behavioral finding buried in this research that almost nobody talks about. Dogs that were greeted with physical touch and verbal acknowledgement showed sustained oxytocin elevation, meaning the bonding effect outlasted the reunion itself. It extended into the minutes and hours afterward. Dogs that were greeted neutrally is the old advice of ignoring your dog when you come home to avoid rewarding excitement and showed no sustained oxytocin response. The reunion happened, and the neurochemical opportunity simply closed. Here's what that means practically. The 30 seconds after you walk through the door are not just emotionally significant, they are biologically loaded. Your dog has been in a neurochemical state of anticipation for hours. The way you respond to that directly shapes the chemical landscape of the rest of their day. There's one more finding I want to leave you with, because it reframes this entire picture. A 2020 study tracked the long-term cortisol patterns of dogs in households with different owner absence profiles. Dogs whose owners had irregular, unpredictable schedules showed chronically elevated baseline cortisol, even on days when the owner never left at all. It wasn't the absence that elevated their stress long-term. It was the unpredictability of it. Dogs that lived with consistent departure and return patterns, even long ones, showed lower baseline stress than dogs with erratic, shorter absences. Certainty is the implicit knowledge built through repetition that this particular human always comes back at roughly this particular time was more regulating than duration. Your dog doesn't need you to never leave. They need to be able to predict that you will return. So the next time you reach for your keys and see them watching you from across the room, that stillness, those eyes tracking your every move, understand what's actually happening. They have already recognized the sequence. The cortisol is already beginning to shift. They are preparing, as they always prepare, for the absence of the one thing their nervous system is built around. And from the moment the door closes, they are not simply waiting. They are anticipating you. Specifically, continuously, by name, by scent, by the sound of your car in the driveway. You are the variable their entire day is organized around. And every single time you come back, you prove them right to wait. If this changed how you think about the moment you leave every morning, subscribe and drop a comment below. I want to know, does your dog watch you from the window? And if you've ever wondered why your dog stares at the door for exactly as long as it takes you to come back, the next video goes even deeper into how dogs experience time. And the answer is nothing like what most people assume.